Hi there, we're taking a look at the business unit number 2, specifically step 23, which I have here on the screen. So in step 23, we're going to build an if statement with an embedded and statement. And the instructions tell us, use an if and, to find out which company should be used to create and maintain the online website. And for this, to figure this out, we're going to run 2 tests. The first test is if the website will be maintained for at least 2 years. And the second test is if the monthly payment is less than $2,100. Okay, so let's get started and build this if statement. So it's a regular old if statement, equals if. So I'm going to start typing that, and then I'm going to double click to select it from the list of choices. And as with any if statement, the first thing that we give it is the test. And the only difference here is that we have 2 tests. So we're going to embed an and statement. So I'm going to start typing that in and select it from my list. And our 2 tests, as a reminder, are if the website will be maintained for 2 or more years, and if the monthly payment is less than $2,100. So let's do this first test. The website is maintained, so I'm going to click on B4. And in the instructions, they say, if the website's maintained at least 2 years. See, they're trying to make it tricky for us, but we've got this. What that means is if B4 is greater than or equal to 2, right? That's at least 2 years or more. All right, add a comma. Now we're ready for the second test. If the monthly payment, so that's B11, is less than or equal to $2,100. So get that second test typed in there. And that's all we need for our and statement. So I'm going to type in a right-hand parentheses to finish up that and statement. And that and statement encompasses our entire test for the if statement. So I'm going to add another comma. Now I'm ready to tell Excel what will happen if both of those tests are true. If both of those tests are true, please return the company name, which sits in B2. All right, another comma. We have to tell Excel what to do if it's false. If it's false, the instructions say the cell should remain blank using double quotes. So I just typed in double quotes and double quotes again. And it'll return emptiness, right? Because there's nothing between the double quotes. All right, right-hand parentheses, cross your fingers. I'm going to press enter. And there it is. It's our emptiness. Why? Because it is false. The first test is not true. We don't maintain the website for 2 or more years. So it returns this emptiness. And just as a side note, I don't recommend you do this in real life, because the viewer might think there's just nothing there. They might not realize there's an if statement sitting there. In real life, you should always return something. For example, the statement doesn't qualify or something like that. But for now, let's do it right. We have to do what the book says. So then copy that over. We've used relative references, so it changes depending on the conditions. And notice that the second one is the only one where both tests are true. We're getting into some pretty tricky stuff here, so if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me.